Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Another day, another James Harden trade rumor type of video, right, man? Like, straight up, James Harden every single day is announcing a new contender as a team that he actually wants to go to. Today, we are looking at the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat, guys. Now, one of these teams, I do think that there could potentially be a trade to be had. Another team, not really so much. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Out of these two teams, which team do you think James Harden has the best chance to go to? Also, if you guys don't mind dropping that like on this video, would be greatly appreciated, man. 1,000 likes is always the goal. And, of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. So let's go ahead and get going on this. So, yeah, at this point, man, like, it's getting bad, Harden. Just go to a different team. Just trade this man away. It's clearly that he does not want to be on the Houston Rockets. So let's just put him somewhere else, man. Let's take James Harden and put him somewhere else. What's that a quote from? That's actually from SpongeBob SquarePants. Patrick, to be exact, man. So, yeah, okay. Let's look at the first team, and that is the Miami Heat. And in my humble opinion, I don't know if it's humble or not, man. Maybe I'm arrogant. I don't really know. I don't think there's a trade to be had with the Miami Heat. And the reason, and it's not because the assets aren't there. It's because I don't think the Miami Heat have enough willing to trade assets to get James Harden. It's already been announced that they don't want to get rid of Tyler Hero in any sort of James Harden trade. Bam Adebayo just signed that large extension, so like he's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, Jimmy Butler's fantastic. Like, he just fits that Miami Heat vibe out there, and it's just like you don't really want to trade him for James Harden because not only like age-wise he matched up with James Harden, so I don't really think the Houston Rockets would want to do it. But yeah, he's just become so much for that city in just really one NBA season. Dragic is older. Duncan Robinson, I don't even know if he's under contract. Does he have one more year on his deal? I think he does, man. But even so, the money doesn't really work. And at that point, you got guys like Nunn and stuff, and a Chua, but that's not going to be enough to get James Harden. So I don't really think there is a trade to be had right here. And to be honest, Miami Heat Nation, you don't want James Harden. And it's not because James Harden's a bad player. It's just because you guys have a lot of special things going on with this team. There was actually somebody on my Twitter account, Crispy Flakes 2K, that was saying that Tyler Hero is becoming like extremely overrated. He said that Hero had like one good playoff game. I watched Hero a lot in the playoffs, and in my opinion, being just like that hypeness for becoming a great player is more than just stats. It's just seeing what a guy can do on the court, even if it's in limited amount of times. For me, Tyler Hero, like watching him at the age of 20 hit some of the clutchest shots I've ever seen in the NBA playoffs is enough for me to get hyped, man. So, if you're a Hero fan, I do think the hype is there, and it's like I would not just like give him away for anything. I mean, he's only 20 years of age. He could become the next, NBA All-Star or superstar shooting guard. You really don't know that, right? So why give up on that, right, man? Now, as far as the Milwaukee Bucks goes, okay, so for this team, I'm pretty sure anybody that's not named Giannis could be attainable via trade. Now, I don't know if guys like Drew Holiday could be, because he officially just got traded to the team, so I don't think he could get traded till like 3 months into the NBA season or something like that, man. So, he's kind of off the books just for that reason. But no, I mean, obviously you got like a Chris Middleton who's 29, 2 years younger than Harden, all-star caliber player. You got guys like Davin DiVincenzo who's 23, could be something. I mean, I already think he's a great NBA role player. Hasn't really been given a much larger role beyond that. Obviously you got like Pat Connaughton, who's like fine, but nothing too special out there. Maybe you can just trade for the genetics of Giannis and do something over there with that on the Houston Rockets, man, get like some Frankenstein stuff going on. Not really sure. Then obviously there's draft picks. To be honestly truthful, for both these teams, I think there's better trades to be had, but it's getting to the point where James Harden is just not doing a good job as far as the media goes. That I do think his trade value is at an all-time low. It's at an all-time low, man. So it's going to come out down to a matter of just like who's willing to trade for him, right? So as far as this trade that I'm going to do for the simulation of this video, guys, I will be doing a trade with the Milwaukee Bucks just because I think out of the two, that would be the better chance of happening. And of course, it's just a video, man. We're just having fun out here. So I do actually want to see Giannis team up with James Harden in a video. So that'd be kind of fun to do. So let's go ahead and hit up this trade finder, man. So first off, let's pull up James Harden on the Houston Rockets. There we go. So the first guy that would get traded would have to be Chris Middleton. I just don't see really any way around it. I think Chris Middleton gets given up in a trade. Dante DiVincenzo, get the good young player out of it. Anybody else that's like really just like a good like asset? I mean, like I said, there's some decent players, but nobody that's I'm really going absolutely crazy for. I'm thinking maybe Brook Lopez, but he is 32, doesn't really fit into a rebuild. I feel like at this point, the Bucks would probably just want to like trade away draft picks. So we are actually going to say, you know, I mean, it's a lot of draft picks. Like I said, I don't know what the magic number is. You would have to assume it would be a lot of draft picks. And actually, do they not have any first round picks for like a very long time? Which actually might actually work out, man. If I was the Houston Rockets, I would actually want like later draft picks, because you would want to kind of hope that maybe James Harden and Giannis in a few years, you know, they don't win championships, it doesn't work out, they both go their separate ways to different teams, then all of a sudden they're in rebuilding, get those picks. So we got second round picks right here, guys. Pretend these are future, you know, 2026, 2027 picks, whatever, man. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's 2K, like you can't pull up every single pick from history for whatever reason. So we'll do that. And then also I'm thinking, as a return, because, you know, giving up 4 first round picks plus, you know, Dante and Chris Middleton, we would also probably have to take back like Daniel House, because they would need some sort of small forward out there. And I'm even gonna say, you know, because since this team's going into a full-on rebuild, even a guy like PJ Tucker, I feel like he'd be perfect on the Milwaukee Bucks playing with this team. So, you know, the Bucks get some more contending type players to their squad, and the Houston Rockets get, you know, all-star young player, 4 first round draft picks, man. That's a lot of draft picks to have, right? So I don't think, you know, giving up a 37-year-old PJ Tucker or whatever is really that big a deal for a team that would probably be going into a rebuild. So let's go ahead, and as far as this trade goes, for this trade, the Bucks would acquire $7.82 million more than allowed. Okay, so we got to give up somebody else here, so let's take off one of these. So we got to give up like $8 million. I don't know if we quite have that to give up. I guess I could. We'll do Pat. That's not enough quite yet. So we'll do Pat, and I'll toss in Bryn Forbes, I suppose. And then we probably got to take on somebody else back, man. These trades get complicated. Kenny Martin Jr., there we go. So we got that, and pretend. Just use your imagination, man. You know, Barney the bitch-ass dinosaur. You guys all watched them. I did till I was 7. Yeah. But, you know, pretend there's more draft picks on here, and we'll be good to go, okay? That is the trade. Big-time mega blockbuster type of trade out there, guys. And then all of a sudden, for this Bucks team, I'm thinking, you know, we got James Harden. We probably go with like Drew Holiday, or I guess Harden, you know, either one of these guys can really play point guard. Let's put James Harden at point guard. I mean, you can still actually run the ball through Giannis or Harden or Drew Holiday, whatever you really want to do, and it will be completely fine. So we'll go ahead and do this. All right, so that should be completely fine. I'm actually going to put his rating back up. What was he, like an 86 or 96 overall, just because I think it's so stupid when 2K puts down ratings like that just because you switch a guy's position. Like, he can totally play it. So there we go. Back to that rating. And then we got, for the small forward position, I would actually kind of be okay with maybe PJ Tucker playing that. He goes up to an 80 overall. Just, you know, sit in the corner, shoot threes. That's all he really needs to do. That'll be fine. And then you get a guy like Daniel House, who is, you know, a pretty solid veteran at this point off the bench. It should be pretty damn nice, guys. I actually really, really like this lineup. To me, this is a championship team, no doubt. This is a very exciting team to watch. You have the three-point shooting in the defense of Tucker and Brook Lopez. You got Drew Holiday, who is the perfect third option on the squad. You got Giannis teaming up with James Harden, two, you know, of the most recent MVPs in the NBA. And then, of course, you got, for the bench, Bobby Portis, DJ Augustine, Daniel House, and I think that's probably going to be good. This team could probably use with maybe like another like backup center, but they got Justin Patton right there. And I mean, like, Giannis could play center if needed. PJ Tucker could play center if needed. So not too worried about that. Let's get you right there. And yeah, we can get these starters. Add a few more minutes. And we'll go 6 minutes to DJ Wilson. No, you know what, man? Thanasis. Let's get him some damn minutes out there, right? Okay, so one more minute. Who's going to go to? PJ Tucker. Okay, man. There we go. That is going to be the team. And then for the Houston Rockets, looking at their new team, I mean, yeah, it's it's kind of a mess. I mean, it's kind of interesting too. It's not a bad team. Like this starting five right here, if these guys all stay healthy, it's a little interesting. It's just a little bit, not as interesting as James Harden, of course, but still an interesting team, man. But yeah, let's get going on the simulation, because I do want to see how James Harden and Giannis do play together. And to give you guys my honest opinion, do I think those guys would actually work? I don't think so, man. I feel like there's just too much ego going on right there. I don't feel like James Harden and Giannis would get along very well. It's two guys that want to be the man of their team, which is respectable because they're both fantastic players. But in the end of the day, man, it's just, you know, like one of those guys has to be the second option. What made Kevin Durant and Steph Curry work out so greatly is that the mutual respect between those guys. It's like, you know, Curry or Durant, whatever game it was okay with the other guy taking over every once in a while. I just don't really see that with James Harden and Giannis. You guys remember that game a few seasons ago? It was after, I believe, Giannis won the MVP. James Harden, like, literally, I know it was opposite around, man. It was James Harden, or Giannis. Somebody threw a ball at somebody, man. You all remember it. They took the damn ball, whipped it at somebody's head. I forgot which way it was, man. But yeah, that was not absolutely great to watch, right? So I think it was Giannis threw it at James Harden's head is what it actually was. So, and like I said, it was probably just an accident. But you don't really know, man. It could be a little bad blood right there. I just think about it even more, though. And if you are the Bucks, you as a Buck fan, do you feel like you guys have done enough this offseason to ensure that Giannis stays? Do you think you guys have done enough to ensure you guys can win the championship this season? Because, you know, getting James Harden, I don't know if it guarantees anything, but from a basketball pure statistic standpoint, I mean, it definitely ups your chances, right? Definitely ups your chances. So, but I also love Chris Middleton. I feel like Chris Middleton is like one of the most humble all-star players I've ever seen, and a guy that just goes out there, plays efficiency, and I think he's a fantastic second option to Giannis. So do I really want to risk giving all that up? That's why I wouldn't just simply do like Middleton and picks. Like, I don't want Harden back, but hey, I also want like a PJ Tucker and a Daniel House, you know, guys like that to help ensure that we can win a championship. So from a regular season standpoint, man, 63-18 for this record right here. Now, keep in mind, last NBA season, the team was on pace to win 70 games before the shutdown. One more game against the Brooklyn Nets, finished the W, and we got Giannis still getting an MVP, 29 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks per game. Here's the rest of the stats. Giannis also getting Defensive Player of the Year, Mike as Coach of the Year, All-NBA first, so we still have James Harden making that. So despite both these guys being on the same team, they still played, you know, at top of their game, which is nice to see that, you know, they didn't really get like, you know, bogged down or anything like that. We are the first seed. We actually got the Miami Heat in the first round of the playoffs. Let's go to these player stats on the season. And we got, wow, Harden was actually the leading scorer, man, at 34 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists per game. It actually really worked. Like, this worked out a lot nicer in a simulation than I'm sure it probably would in real life. Who really knows? Shot 45% from 3, 33 for Giannis. Then you got Drew Holiday as that third option at 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. That's perfect. He does not need to do any more than that. Brook Lopez was fine, got 3 blocks per game. Bobby Portis was nice. And then, of course, you got PJ Tucker, who was out there to shoot corner threes and play some defense, which I'm sure he definitely did, considering he only had 3 points per game. But here we go, man. We got the first round of the playoffs. Simulate round is what we're going to do, right? Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about winning the championship this video here, man. Miami Heat have been eliminated. There we go. And in this closeout game, we got 44 for how... Yeah, that's the wrong H. I saw the JH. I was like, James Harden. That's Drew Holiday dropped 44 points. Damn, bro. Okay. Hey, look at him go, man. Next up, Boston Celtics. Simulate round should be a fantastic series right here for the Milwaukee Bucks as they win 4-1. 41 for Giannis, 33 for James Harden, not Drew Holiday. 13 points for Drew Holiday that time around. Here we got the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Could be an upset, man. Simulate rounds. And we get them in a 7-game series, 40, 30, and 16 right there for the big three. And here we go. In the finals, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, man. Simulate round, see how it goes. And there we have it, guys. James Harden, Giannis, Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Finals MVP, as he should get it, at 36 points, 18 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game. This guy played literally out of his mind, man, which, you know, Giannis and James Harden, both guys that need a ring in their career. They need a ring. It's plain and simple, getting a ring together. It's kind of a beautiful thing to watch. But do I think it will happen? Who knows? I've seen crazier things happen, man. I've seen crazier things happen in the NBA. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.